What if I told you there's a disease far deadlier than cancer, yet most people don't even know they have it? It silently damages your liver, raises your blood pressure, floods your body with inflammation, and increases your risk of heart attacks, strokes, and even dementia. The worst part? You could be living with it for years without a single symptom. This isn't some rare illness. It's called insulin resistance, and it's the hidden thread behind almost every major chronic disease. Today on Healthy Start, we'll uncover how this silent condition wreaks havoc on your body, why it's so misunderstood, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself starting right now. How insulin resistance destroys your health. Insulin resistance doesn't just affect your blood sugar. It attacks your health from every direction. It clogs your liver with fat. It fuels chronic inflammation. It raises your blood pressure, increases bad cholesterol, lowers the good kind, and piles fat around your belly. It weakens your immune system, shuts down your body's ability to clean itself, and leaves you vulnerable to infections, disease, even cancer. Sound extreme? That's because it is. Insulin resistance is the silent engine behind heart disease, stroke, kidney failure, Alzheimer's, and even blindness. It's not just one disease, it's the foundation of most modern illnesses. And here's the scariest part. Most people don't know they have it until it's too late. So why is this deadly condition so misunderstood and so often ignored? Most people think you either have insulin resistance or you don't. But that's not how it works. It's a spectrum. At the far end, there's diabetes, when your blood sugar has been high for years and your body is overloaded. Before that, there's prediabetes, your numbers are creeping up, but doctors say you're still fine. And way before that, there's a hidden stage no one talks about when you're already slipping, even if your tests say you're normal. Mainstream medicine only calls it diabetes when your A1C hits 6.5, but damage starts earlier at 5.3, even 5.1. At that point, your body is already fighting to stay balanced. You're not sick yet, but you're definitely not optimal. And the longer you hover in that danger zone, the faster you'll slide toward disease. So how common is this silent slide? Let's look at the numbers next and why they're even worse than you think. Let's talk numbers because the scale of this problem is staggering. In the US alone, over 30 million people have type 2 diabetes. Another 114 million are pre-diabetic. And even beyond that, more than 70% of Americans are overweight. That means hundreds of millions are quietly drifting toward insulin resistance without knowing it. Globally, it's worse. Around 2.2 billion people are likely insulin resistant. That's nearly 1 in 3 humans. And it's not just about weight. Sure, obesity is a red flag, but many people with insulin resistance look normal on the outside. The damage starts inside long before the scale shows it. Why the explosion? Because our modern lifestyle, high-carb diets, constant snacking, sugar in everything is perfectly designed to break the system. And now, the rest of the world is following the same path. Fast food, soft drinks, ultra-processed carbs, they're spreading everywhere. So unless something changes, this isn't just America's problem. It's everyone's future. But to fix it, we need to understand the why. Let's take a closer look at what insulin is really supposed to do and how resistance begins in the first place. Insulin is not the enemy. In fact, it's essential for life. When you eat, your food is broken down into nutrients. Glucose, blood sugar, enters your bloodstream, but it can't get into your cells without help. That's where insulin comes in. Think of it as a key that unlocks your cells, allowing them to absorb and use that sugar for energy. But here's the catch. When insulin shows up too often from constant snacking, high-carb meals, and sugary drinks, your cells get overwhelmed. Imagine someone knocking on your door every 5 minutes trying to sell you something. At first, you're polite, then annoyed, then you stop answering altogether. Your cells do the same. They start ignoring insulin's signal. That's insulin resistance. The body tries to compensate by producing even more insulin, but that only makes the problem worse. Now, insulin is high, blood sugar is high, and your cells are shutting down. It's not dysfunction. It's self-protection. Your body isn't broken. It's trying to restore balance, but you have to give it a chance. So how did we end up in this mess? Let's take a look at what and who is really to blame. For decades, fat took the blame. We were told it clogs arteries, causes weight gain, and should be cut from our diets. But here's the truth. Fat isn't the problem. Insulin is. You don't get fat by eating fat. You get fat by constantly spiking insulin with sugar and starch. When you eat carbs, especially refined ones, your blood sugar rises. Insulin follows. And insulin tells your body to store energy as fat. Even worse, it shuts down fat burning at the same time. Over time, high insulin makes it harder to burn fat, easier to store it, and nearly impossible to lose weight no matter how much you cut calories. Yes, fat can build up in your body, but it's not caused by dietary fat, it's caused by too much insulin, driven by too much sugar and processed carbs. So when we blame fat, we're shooting the messenger. Want proof? Look at people on low-carb or ketogenic diets. They eat more fat, but their blood sugar improves, their insulin drops, and the fat melts away. So if fat isn't the villain, why are health organizations still pushing low-fat, high-carb guidelines? Let's find out next and see how outdated advice is fueling a modern health crisis. If insulin resistance is the root cause of modern disease, why aren't we fixing it? Because the system is focused on symptoms, not causes. Health organizations still tell us to eat less fat, eat more grains, count calories, exercise more, but here's what they miss. It's not about calories. It's about what triggers insulin. When you follow a low-fat, high-carb diet like they recommend, you spike insulin all day long. Even if your calorie count looks good, your hormones are out of control. And the result? Despite spending trillions on healthcare each year, rates of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and metabolic disorders are still climbing. More pills, more treatments, but less health. Why? Because the system is treating the fire with more smoke. And until the guidelines change from low-fat to low insulin, we'll keep getting sicker, earlier, and for longer. But here's the good news. You don't have to wait for the system. You can start changing your health today. Coming up next, how to protect yourself with simple, powerful lifestyle shifts, starting with what you eat. You've seen the danger. You've understood the cause. Now here's how you fix it. No gimmicks. No crash diets. Just 4 core actions that work. 1. Cut the sugar, all of it. It means no soda, no fruit juice, no hidden sugars in sauces or snacks. Even natural sweeteners can trigger insulin. If it tastes sweet, it likely spikes insulin. 2. Drop the starch. Bread, pasta, rice, cereal, potatoes, they're just sugar in disguise. Stick to leafy greens, cruciferous veggies, low-carb whole foods. 3. Eat fewer meals. Stop snacking. Space your meals. Start with 3 meals a day, then try 2, maybe even 1, depending on how your body responds. When you eat less often, insulin stays low, and your cells can finally breathe. 4. Move gently. Move daily. No need for high-intensity workouts. Go for walks. Stretch. Lift light weights. The goal is consistency, not exhaustion. These aren't trends. They're tools built around how your body actually works. And when you apply them, your energy returns, your belly shrinks, your blood sugar stabilizes, and most importantly, you take back control. So don't wait for permission. Don't wait for better advice. You have the truth. Now start your healthy start. If this video opened your eyes, give it a thumbs up. It helps us reach more people. And if you're ready to dive deeper into real health, subscribe to Healthy Start, turn on notifications, and join us on the journey to a better you. See you in the next video.